Okay, been a while since we've done this. I feel quite unprepared, actually. But, one second. Give me 1 second. Do you want it to turn camera on? I'm only wearing like a black undershirt, but sure, why not? For YouTube, it's gonna take a bit of a while. Just give me 1 second. Let me... 1 second. I'm not sure if I want to wear my glasses, but yeah, I'm not gonna wear my glasses. Let's scroll this down. Because I don't like seeing my face zoomed up all that much. Yeah, that's fine enough. Okay, the next thing I need to do is notify GDS. Because, yes. Or I could plug in my server, like I usually do. Give me 1 second, I will do exactly that then. Okay. It feels like it's been quite a while since I last done a request stream, giving it some thought. Because, why not? Pin that. And on Twitch. Can also pin that there. Now, what we want to do is just announce real quick that I am indeed streaming. Is this the right link? Yeah, it should be. And I'm gonna mainly advertise the YouTube side, because, yeah. We're already at 62 requests, and I haven't even started. It's already been 3 minutes in. Okay, I'm not sure where to begin. I'm not sure how frequent I'll be doing request streams for the next while. I do hope to become a bit more involved per se, but no promises on that. But I would like to be more consistent, because now my only course remaining for university for the summer is asynchronous, so I can basically stay home all I want. But whether or not that would affect my availability is another question to be seen for the future that I don't know. Anyways, let's begin with Seasons by Espre. By the way, as a reminder, first 3 levels will be played. After that, we randomize. Also, don't use skip queue. I'm probably gonna do some revamping of that. In fact, let me make sure it's turned off. It is paused, so good. So we're not gonna worry about that for now. if I'm streaming on both YouTube and Twitch, then I don't think it's fair that I use that when only one side can have that perk. Besides, I'm probably going to buff the amount of points that is required to redeem it, because the last time I did a stream with those points enabled, I got like 11 skip queues, which basically took up like 75% of the stream. Fell. I kind of wish that there were more pulses to match the energy of the song. I do like how semi-vibrant the visuals look. It's fitting with the song. But then you get like this random invisible slope that you could just see right here. That's there to redirect the player, but it just sticks out like a sore thumb because while everything else is more artistically detailed, you just got that random slope that's just there, and it kind of ruins a bit of the immersion of the visuals, I feel. I think I broke the particle of the leaf particles. Damn it. I could see a spawn loop getting used here for an element. That transition could have been better. Lots of elements here to like. The artistic leaning decoration, the different seasons that are portrayed in this level, and the variation in color and designs, which adequately reflect each change of season. I do think, however, that the execution of each part was, I wouldn't say inconsistent, but you can tell that there could have been some more polishing done with the designs, or there could have been some more visual elements to further uplift the block designs rather than feel like a stock flat design. Furthermore, I do think that some parts were a bit lacking on the intensity department, where it's more so just the designs and colors that are hard carrying the visuals rather than actually getting into the song, and also the fact that those invisible elements that you could see. This was requested for Demon. It's a 9-star, that makes sense. Why I should have bigger character limits is exactly for this reason. I need more characters. I uninstalled the quality of life mod that had the character limit bypass, which I used momentarily. But the reason why I uninstalled it is because I think the mod broke itself to the point that every time I load a level, the hitboxes will show up. Even though I disabled hitboxes, they'll show up in normal mode, which I don't really like. Yeah, don't be shy, make your face cam bigger. I don't feel like it. We do the second level now, which is another insane. Who pinged me? Oh, no, wait, that's just the GDS notification. I'm not too worried about that then. YouTube side, did chat have anything to say real quick? People are spamming letters, and they're not reading the title, so... Oh well. Anyways, we move on to the next one. The text bypass mod isn't the one that's affecting the... what's it called? The hitbox feature. It's rather just the mod itself just not being updated. Oh, phone call. I am back. Sorry about that. Can't really focus on two things at the same time here. Empty leaning, but I am interested to see what the visuals have to offer. This gameplay is... I'm fumbling it, clearly. Transition's not a stop motion transition, but it's still effective, I guess. I didn't really like how that platform at the bottom kind of just went underneath the mountain. I'm not sure... What layer is this? Oh, I could just do that, huh? Can I just finish the level like this? I can't send this if there's a secret way like that. I'm sorry. Alright, I obviously can't send. I was already leaning closer to a no send because of the visual makeup being a bit flatter and not very executed to its full potential. I thought that the first couple parts were lackluster in execution, especially the first part, which wasn't really to my taste. Well, my personal taste. I just thought it was on the emptier side, but that secret way would definitely cause harm with the level. Alright, moving on to the next level. It feels really weird doing a request stream after some time, even though it's still within less than a month since I last done it, but using my voice again, it kind of feels odd because I've been doing a few request streams, well, more frequently without my voice. I already sent this level for feature. No need to go back to that. We're gonna do the fourth request, and we'll treat it like the third, where I won't skip. Then after that, I will do... Wow, I can't think of words, bruh. Random. Why did it take me like a full half a minute just to recall the word random? I gotta hit the books more, I swear to God. Is this a Zack's Winner song? Yeah, it is a Zack's. Very, very recognizable style in their music. I like the area scale in the background. Colors are not bad. Gameplay is kind of boring, in my opinion. Swirl's interesting. Is that it? I really got not much to say about the level visually. Colors are effective, backgrounds are nice. I wouldn't say it's empty. The visuals do a sufficient job at what they're doing. I just think that the gameplay was a bit on the boring side, and the visuals not really... I guess the lack of movements could have been... More movement would have been nice. Did this level incorporate, like... It does have some pulses, but it's really these objects that are behind the layers which pulsate to the song, which really carry the details. On the one hand, I do feel like it leans towards a style that feels a bit cartoony once you think about it. At the same time, I think it didn't really unleash its fullest potential. Why I need character limit. This is a 5. I'd probably send for 4, unironically. It's really not that hard. Yeah. I realized that lately I've been a bit... Oh, YouTube's... The things people would do for attention. Alright, I lost my train of thought. Give me 1 second to think what I was gonna say again. I lost my train of thought. Let me just go ahead and randomize requests. Type RNG on Google. How many requests we got? We have 323 requests. That's insane, bruh. We randomize, we get number 76. This is a classic, harder level. I don't know how many people are. Yeah, 300. Requests are on demand, I tell you. Okay! Before I begin, Smokeros, if you are here, this isn't our first rodeo. I've played like a double-digit amount of levels by you. I've received a lot of requests by you. I have previously made the complaint that your levels look the same. I'm hoping we do something different. I don't like this part. Why is the 3D in 2 different directions? Maybe it's a style choice, but it could very well be that this was just copy-pasted and then flipped without much effort in reorienting the 3D. That's very possible, too. You know, I will say, to Small Corros's credit, I did like this part. That felt more original from him. I would have liked to see more parts that are like this, even though this is pretty much just copy-pasted segments of the same detail. It works, and it's effective in what it's going for. Then we go back to this part, which is definitely in Small Corros's wheelhouse of design. I've seen that far too many times. Then we go back to this design, which is same as the past one. This one I especially liked, and then this one I just didn't really like the coloration of. And this might have been a lazy, hang on. To further prove that I might have been right, you can see that the orientation of this 3D element, you see how it points upwards? When you look at this one, these point downwards, which kind of almost tells me, yes, it is very likely that some parts of the designs here might have just been copy-pasted and then flipped. Not all of them, because you still have to accommodate for some shapes here. But, yeah. I think that there were some lazy shortcuts still done here. I have previously not sent a Small Corros level before, but... Alright. Sure. Alright. Okay, so we move on to the next level. 356, damn. The next one is 175. We had 76, now we have 175. We have a platformer level, which is great. Woolsey is streaming too. If you want to tune into that, go ahead. If I recall correctly, Woolsey said that this is his final month of streaming requests. Well, not requests, but doing YouTube, which is... I haven't really been saying much, but it was kind of sad to see. Why did I type level ID? Okay, there we go. But yeah, back in 2020, did the game mode just switch? Okay. Back in 2020, I was in summer. I was doing a online summer school, and I decided that I would just show up. Ah, okay, so the right arrow changes me to ship. If I face the right side, I become ship. If I face the left side, it becomes a cube. Anyways, the point I was trying to make is that it was Woolsey's Discord server that was really the first community I fully got myself involved into the GD community. And I got to meet some really cool people like Connaught and Zyron. Oh, there's no checkpoint, so you're kind of just screwed. Good to know. But yeah, I got to meet like some really cool people during that time, and honestly speaking, I'm forever grateful for being a part of that community, because I got to meet some really nice people who helped motivate me to get more involved in the GD community. And so I managed to switch to the right by just spamming my keys, but that felt really awkward to do. And really, I think it's Woolsey's content that really helped me kind of appreciate the GD community more and just get more involved with it. Because I remember watching him do like 1 week building challenges, and I was inspired by them. They were really cool. Okay. So how was I able to switch to the right side again? Somehow I managed to do that by just spamming my arrows. It just still feels super awkward. And above all, I think the biggest issue with the level is that it's not really the most intuitive to understand if you just work. Somehow I managed to do that. I still... Well, that felt really awkward to play, I can't lie. I really wish that there was a more consistent way of understanding which direction this went. And yes, I'm aware that there was no checkpoint. This was not particularly fun to play, I can't lie. And the visuals are really unchanging. Tile sets are pretty much the exact same for each given room. Not much variation. Colors aren't bad per se, but again, there's really not much for me to digest. If it's really the same details that is provided over and over again. You get desensitized to the same designs that you see repeatedly. Unfortunately, this is not a sin for me. There is a bug, but only for PC players. I'm gonna leave another comment. Are all the levels sent through the form added to a list? Are you talking like a personal list that I make saying all the levels that I sent or etc.? I mean, I haven't really thought about it, like making a list of saying, these are all the levels that I sent. Maybe it might be a good way to track, but at the same time, I've sent like thousands of levels that it would probably be redundant at some point. I'm not even sure if lists can accept 1,000 levels. It might be annoying. That's my guess, though. Anyways, forgot. Gotta leave another comment. Alright, so that's the no send for me. We are going to do the next request. We're at 397 requests, close to 400. That's still insane to me. Granted, I believe that a lot of people are now available for the summer, so they're more free to request levels and watch these streams, but at the same time, it's still quite a lot. Level pre-Carla. Familiar creators that... Let's see. I wonder if they're going for like medium demon. I accidentally pressed my window key. Cost off. Detour in 5 meters. The detour. Oh, I'm supposed to go into the lava. I would not have guessed. Alright. This is definitely on the medium demon degree. I don't like how they use invisible spikes here to telegraph that this is the wrong way. I need to beat more demons, quite frankly. Because I'm clearly messing up this gameplay. That's such a steep jump. Transition could have been better, but I don't mind this part at all. Alright. Not the most consistent level out there. It's not very cohesive, which is to be expected of most mega collabs. This one especially switches between styles and themes. I prefer consistency when it comes to levels. So each of these creators do have a great degree of talent to them, so I was hoping for that approach, especially when I recognize some of these people, but regardless, that's the point. That's besides the point. The point is, whatever is there, each part, is nice for what it's worth. Varying levels of quality, sure, but I think that each part was executed nicely for different reasons. And if I were to really give feedback, it would be the same generic stock feedback of, oh, I wish this was more consistent, but each part individually was nice. That's all I could really say about it. If I were to get into the nitpicks of each individual parts, I'd probably leave like a lot of comments, but at the same time, it's just a fun mega collab, so... I do think that some of the gameplay can be a little bit unbalanced, but a part of it was pretty fun. Probably not the 9 circles part, but overall it was not bad. I think a demon feature is fine. Alright, next level. 416 requests, goddamn. Will there be any resets to the stream? Maybe. I'm not sure if I'm gonna stream for more than an hour and a half, because I gotta take a phone call at 3 p.m. with a trainer. Definitely going for like a spaceship aesthetic. I can't say I like the colors that are used here. The gray, I feel like, actually feels very profound and doesn't nicely contrast the more color layers that are in the background. The red feels pretty saturated, the blue is very prominent in the space, and overall, I just don't think that this collage of colors here contrasts the best. And not to mention the 3D being in opposite directions, which might be intentional, but I just wish they went about the colors better for that part. Sudden theme shift. Meow. So you have to slide. That's not very cool gameplay. This level switches between aesthetics quite frequently, despite its calm demeanor. Like the song in choice is generally pretty calm around this. The song choice by One Fin is on the calmer side, and the level oscillates between different aesthetic ideas, especially offbeat, to the point that even though there is some gameplay sync with the interactions with pads and orbs, I still think that there is a general disconnect with the song and overall demeanor that the melody induces. It just focuses on capturing an idea without fully executing it, and that's especially apparent on the designs themselves, which feel half-baked and not very exploratory on how to use colors more proficiently or execute designs to the fullest potential. I definitely think that these ideas are more so shoehorned in for the sake of, rather than just planning ahead and ensuring it's executed to the fullest. I need to leave another comment because this is just really a dry comment that doesn't explain my thoughts. Are we getting another spammer? No, we're not. Okay. How many requests do you have? 439. Crazy, right? Let me leave another comment because this is certainly not enough. Color choices are odd. The saturated choices of red and blue stick out poorly. I don't need choices of. The And I say that they're contrasting pretty bad with the gray because you can tell that gray is a primary element of the level's first half, which means that they want to stick to gray, but if you're using the saturated colors, they gotta be more tasteful. They're not used very well here. Okay. Hopefully that's good enough of feedback. I hope it's helpful. If not, then I'll be sad. Anyways, next level, we have 439 requests. We're back down to 36. Somehow, we managed to not cross the 200 threshold. Dreamscapes. These flashes are way too bright. These spikes could be better executed. The last part was alright, but the 3D was weird. Whoops. Song offset was weird. Hi, Alvaro. Oh wait, is that not Alvaro? It's someone else? Okay. I don't think the designs were all that bad, honestly. I just think that the Okay, let's be clear. It is not consistent, but I do like the visuals a bit more than I don't like them. Because there are some clear ideas set, and even though they could have been more properly executed, I don't mind the colors all that much. And there's a bit of charm to how they are placed in the level. The gameplay could have been better too, in my opinion. Okay, what difficulty were they going for? 9 stars? I'll give it to them. Alright, that's not there anymore. It's in download. I'm gonna worry about that later. 452 requests. I literally get number 451. So whoever requested recently is on for a field trip. Field day. Whatever the term is, I am not good with English anymore. Swing Swing by Kaza GD. Is this a extreme demon? Yes, it is an extreme demon, and I need a video. So I shall go consult a video right now. They provided the YouTube link, which is great. They are showing me a Spotify ad, and the first thing I see is biceps. Great. Is there a way to switch? Display capture? No, I don't want it to share that screen. Can I? One second. I just want to make sure I can show you the video without live to window capture. If the window capture can be swing. There we go. Swing's probably my least favorite game mode, but it's really interesting to see people make full-on gameplay with it. Even though it is by default probably the jankiest game mode I've played. Then again, I feel like we creators aren't really doing much to try and practice with this game mode more. Nice. Alright. And this was a Nexus video too. Alright. Let's go back. Demon feature seems worthy. Okay, we are an hour into this stream, I think. Well, it's 51 minutes. Let's do a couple more and then we could perhaps look into resetting the form. And I accidentally closed the form, so that's fun too. I lost the number that I had. So I forgot what was the number, but it's okay. If we ever get back to it, I'll just skip it. We get 446, so not far off. It's a platformer demon level, and there's a video. High hopes. Slingshot by Qalli is a level that I have played before, but I think I Yeah, I remember playing this. I realized it didn't get sent still. So I could just watch a video real quick. Don't need to change my tab, do I? Yeah, I'm just gonna watch it real quick.
With Amex Platinum,
I don't care about Amex Platinum! Shut up! I'm pretty sure I sent this level, but I could be wrong. Pretty short level overall, but I think it'll give enough people like a lot of practice to work with. Cause yeah. Anyways. Pretty cool level. It's on the shorter side of Qalli's works, but I do realize that these unique game mode type gimmicks tend to be on the shorter side, but they're not overwhelming to learn. It's just a matter of getting used to it, and it's just a few short segments to just get used to it. I don't remember if I left a comment here before. Did I? And I accidentally clicked on the GD share button. This is definitely a demon. I'll send it for feature. So, tell me it's in the... This is indeed my first send. Cool. Alright, moving on to the next level. What time is it? Via stream time, I gotta check real quick. Twitch Stream Manager. "55 minutes in." Okay. Let us do the RNG again. Final. Let's say this is the final level before we reset the form. All right, we got 157. It's another insane classic level. Insomnia by Side 3, Stomping Ground. So it's not bad, actually. Albeit kind of empty in the middle portions, but I don't mind it too much. Come on. Lead to something even better. I mean, this is better. The background being more grayish allows it to feel just a little bit more full. I was having a glaring issue with how empty the last couple parts kind of felt. I don't really vibe with this wave gameplay. I don't have that good of a reaction time. Okay. Hmm. It's like you're taking the crust out of a pizza, but that's actually a planet. Alright, gotta say, I was initially intrigued by the level's decoration, which honestly I enjoyed up until that middle portion. I had an issue with how the back layers were kind of empty, um, but I didn't mind it too much because I felt like the focal point of the designs were really just the gray lining that was on the structures, and I felt like they did work well enough. The drop part was alright, but then you get to the middle part, which is completely blind, and you're supposed to have the foresight to understand that you have to immediately click upon the arrow showing up. Like, you have to have, like, that fast of a reaction time. And I thought that that part kind of killed everything. I understand it was trying to be more rhythmic in its execution, but I also think that the gameplay kind of just took a nosedive from there. It's not very intuitive, and I'm not sure if that ball part that I was suffering was due to a practice bug or a 4x3 issue because my monitors are small, but the fact that I wasn't able to see my player during those moments while it's giving me arrows, and the fact that I actually didn't have to input that fast for some of them or at all, it's confusing, honestly. Alright. Okay. We are definitely at the 1 hour limit, so, if I may, see the form, 485 requests, but we've already passed the hour, so delete all responses, go request more levels. I already got a request, cool. Someone pre-fired. Nice. I'll probably do like 30 to 45 more minutes, because I don't think I have too much time to spare. Okay, this is a very hard level. Cool, good to know. Okay, let's consult a video. This is a Beat Big song? Oh wow.
consequences of her own fault play. She only looks for other people's faults. Kill, 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 kill.
Walking animation could have been better, but I really like the design scheme of everything so far. Transitions are really good. I like this a lot. That was pretty good. I really like that. All right. I'm trying to think of what I would have liked to see better with this level. I mean, some of the design schemes in the first half were pretty flat, but I think the second half was much better on that regard. Yeah, Epic, I guess we'll do for now. I would say that the first half of the level was on the weaker side, but the second half was really nice. Alright, how many requests do we have now? 130. Cool. Let's do the second one. Thing with sand, which got updated, but I did not send it. Did anything change here? I'm wondering, should I play it or no? I'm probably just gonna skip it, honestly. Sorry. And then I accidentally clicked on the Microsoft Play Store, which is fun. A lot of people were pre-firing with their demon requests. Rats in My Computer by Wrong UFO. This is so funny, it has no business being actually good. Okay. This is a more simpler part. I like the first two parts, well, I like the last part substantially more than this. Like, I like the background that's there, but the foreground is really just a flat color that just manages to work well. I won't lie, but it's I think that there could have been better alternatives to it. Uh, 3D, not properly done because this doesn't go in a consistent downward direction. It's flipped. Backgrounds are pretty cool. I like that. Jurassic Rat. Cool. A pretty funny level. I enjoyed it. My main complaint would be that I kind of wish that the level was a bit more consistent design-wise. That dual part, I think, was the weakest part of the level. Well, the first part of the level was also on the weak side, with especially how it incorporated its brown wooden structures and how that contrasted with the mountain design in the beginning, with the black texturing behind in the back layer. The second part, where it becomes more digital and whatnot, it was miles better, I would say. But then that dual part, I think, kind of slowly ruined the momentum, but then everything else picked up afterwards. If the dual part, which was much stronger, I would low-key consider sending for an epic, but I do think that some parts could have been stronger. Honestly speaking, I feel like I've kind of forgotten how to give proper feedback because it's been that long since I've used my voice to discuss things. And also I feel like my brain is turning to mush and I am losing my sense of vocabulary, which kind of makes me feel like I'm unable to communicate as well as I could have. Which is on me, I know, but yeah. I need to see my comment section just in case there's anything important left, so just give me 1 second. View your channel. Click on my own stream. Mute it. It's ratting time. Alright, what was I gonna do again? Yeah, play this level. 14 by Zin15. Okay, why am I lagging all of a sudden? What is causing this lag? What the hell? Alright, let's try this again. I feel like I was 1 frame away from dying to that spike. Gameplay's not bad. probably like 7 stars, well, 8 stars maybe. It's not that difficult. Visually not bad. I don't like how these scaled up rock textures that are the pixeled rock textures render into the screen. You can just see that they just sort of appear without any fade in. It's definitely an enter effect there, but the way it just enters just spontaneously is kind of ugly in my opinion. First few parts were not bad design-wise. They were pretty much on the simpler side. Always, you could have wanted more from them, but it's just kind of a simple design. Not much else to say about it. It's functional in what it does. If it's using an area move trigger for the entering aspect, then it does pretty well at and what it does. Colors are not bad. Gameplay is fairly fun. Matches the energy of the song. So I can't really complain about that. The only thing I can really say, apart from some timings, I guess, being odd, but that's like really minor nitpicks. I guess I kind of, well, this timing specifically, because I died there in my practice mode attempt. I do think that the block designs aren't really anything inherently special. Level that you built for your 14th birthday. What difficulty did you go for? 8 stars. Definitely gonna send it, for sure. You know what? Let's go for a feature. Might be on the generous side, but it's pretty good at what it does. Nice gameplay. Alright. Moving on to... I think that's 3 levels already, so I think we could randomize from there. So we got 172 requests. Number that we get is 106. Interesting. Happy birthday to them. No, I'm not singing happy birthday. I'm not using my voice. Colon 3, because colon 3 is always nice. Alright, moving on to the next one. Okay. I already forgot what I was gonna do again. 106 was the number, right? So 106 gives us an easy 2-star level. Gablixisk by Meow Meow 1337. Okay, cool. I wanted to see if I could do it with my eyes closed. Very linear gameplay. That's it? That's too short. Zen Dash secret level from the vault. I don't know if this is actually a Zen Dash level, but most Zen Dash levels tend to be on the very short side, and I've never really found much incentive in sending them, the ones that I've seen. Though there were a couple of cool ones, like Shadowian's level, and there might have been one other level that I forgot. Other than that, it's not really something that appeals to me too much. Okay, next one. They're definitely supposed to reimagined the Geometry Dash World levels and how short they were. Like bite-sized experiences that you can beat and then get rewarded, but I'm not really into that. In fact, this is a bit of a hot take, but I think that there's been a lot of levels that are pushing in towards the medium length boundary, so much so that it's become normalized. And while I'm okay with more medium length levels getting rated, you can tell that a lot of creators are steering to that direction because the fact that it is normalized means that it gives the creators an indirect incentive to be more lazy with their works and then try to make their level shorter just so they could quickly get creator points out of it in the event that they do get rated. And I'm just not the biggest fan of that overall. I somehow managed to get the same request twice, it seems. Number 8. This is a demon level. Did they send me a video? Yeah, they did. Entimal easy map. Phantom X style. So this is going to be a 1.9 style. Cool. I'm always for that. I would love to know why my game loves to lag. Let me just switch the tab to just the level request form. And now I stop lagging. So I need to remind myself that I shouldn't have my Twitch tab open on Windows. My PC is starting to lose its health, I feel like. I might need to get another PC. But that requires money! And I don't have money! Which is why I'm working 50 hours this week. I'm gonna consult a video because I think this might be an insane demon or a hard demon that I'm just fumbling so hard. Give me 1 second. That wave part was probably one of the weaker parts for a reason I can't really seem to explain. I guess the texturing was just not as interesting. Also, I think this is a 2.0 element, these blocks right here. And I think that change of design, because Phantom X tends to use like 1.9 textures, or if not older, if I recall correctly. I think that change in like texturing is a bit odd in my opinion. Like, I like this part much better, just because it stays true to the authentic 1.9-ish style. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be like insane Demon Tears gameplay. Why is GD Blue Cat in Cross? Did they do something bad? Nothing is said here. Hoping to get their first demon raid with this ASAP. I don't think Zomu songs match well with this style. To each their own. I just can't seem to care much about if a song should go with a particular style. I am the type of person who thinks that any song can go with any style as long as they try and they make good use of the song. Which is why I partially challenged the status quo by making the Envy creator contest, because I don't see a lot of people using Envy songs in modern levels, like one or two that I could recall prior to the contest. And a lot of them are usually design oriented, that from back then. In 2.2, we haven't seen many levels using Envy songs, so I decided I wanted to challenge the status quo by getting more people involved with an artist that I frankly think deserves more recognition. I'm also I think back then I would also consider myself an example of wanting to push the status quo with the songs I choose. I used a Madhouse Dude song for one of my levels. And people don't really use Madhouse Dude for modern levels, but I did, and it turned out to be my most popular level, I think. So yeah, I'm not sure if I sent it for Demon, so there we go. Let me quickly check my phone for something. Madhouse Dude is used and transformed by Yakimaru. I know that level, but if you can call that modern, is calling that modern is debatable though. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna take the next request. Just need a minute. I actually have not watched Has Been Hotel, so I can't say for sure. What is that a reference to when I say status quo? That is a common enough terminology, I feel. But if not, I don't know what to tell you. Next number is 120. Another demon level. Did this... God damn it. I think I actually saw this level. Okay. I think I actually saw this level a while back. I'm actually gonna get to this later. Sorry. Hang on, I forgot to put it in the folder. But I know I saw a video on this. I think it was on either YouTube or Twitter. It's a song in the show. We get the number 76 again. Cool. This is a harder, classic level. I think I've also seen this level before. Zenryo is a creator that I am familiar with. But, oh wait, I haven't seen it before. Didn't they have a green level before? I swear they did. Very avant-garde design schemes here. Intentionally putting out the 3D lines in misconstrued ways. It's an intentional design choice. Same with the blocks here, because I know that they're capable of even better structuring from what I've seen from them in the past. But it's a matter of seeing if they are actually tasteful. Because otherwise, it would come off as just intentionally looking bad for the sake of looking bad. But I don't think it's inherently bad per se, but I need to look into this more. Okay, that's so weird input. I like this part significantly more. And even then, I feel like it's missing something in the design department. Like, I like how they layered the clouds, the parallax in it, and the orange coloration, which could form for some nice contrast, but I don't think that the design scheme is quite enough to contrast that very well. This is slightly better, but I think that the bulge effect that's being used here could have been turned off. Inversion I don't like here. Okay, cool. Hard to see that spike. I think this level was requested for something other than Demon, but I'm not sure if it's that easy. Some parts are not very intuitive gameplay-wise. Is that it? Hmm. Okay, I am unsure how I feel about this level in its entirety, to be honest. I think that the latter half of the level was pretty nice visually, but at the same time, okay, whatever's going on with Twitch chat, I kindly ask that you guys please stop. We're not gonna have, like, debates on LGBTQ or anything like that. This is supposed to be a safe space. We're not just gonna have needless debates about this. We're just here to request levels and have fun. And if we can't do that, then I don't want to provide that service for you of streaming further. So let's try and make this a chill chat, please. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how I feel about this level in its entirety. The reason why is because there's definitely an avant-garde approach to each and every part that deviates from the general norm of design schemes. And on the one hand, I could appreciate it for its abstract nature, but on the other hand, just before we reached the Rainbow Zenryos part, there was a collage of designs that feel intentionally designed to look very clashy. And while I would have initially appreciated this approach, because I've seen other creators do that as like this abstract idea that they put forward, I think that part was really messy. I realized I didn't actually like it all that much, and it also impeded with the gameplay. And then you got Zenryos part, which I don't know if it's actually Zenryos part, but that one rainbow part with all of a sudden slightly harder gameplay, song change, just felt shoehorned in because it's funny, just for the sake of the funnies. And sure, you can, you have your fun. I do prefer consistency though when it comes to assessing levels. And while I'm all for good fun, I now I sound like the Grinch because like I didn't actually have fun. I would also say that the latter parts just didn't reach that high for me either. You get okay. I think I'm not gonna send this, which sucks because I think that the latter half does have some strengths, but I also think that first impressions go far, and it didn't quite hit there for me. Sorry. Okay. Hi, Infra. How's your day going so far? It's been going okay, I guess. Not much to say about it. The next number is 2. Amazing. This is a platformer demon. Flexion by Test Files. This is a 21-minute platformer level. You know, I need to make a rule about platformers that take over 20 minutes of playtime. There are lives? Let me die multiple times then. I want to see this. Let me die again, please. Game over. Okay. Now what? Oh, okay. So the level kind of just bricks you from playing it again until you reload. Okay. Interesting concept, honestly. It's gonna be really annoying for some, but you know what? I like the idea. We're gonna have to use practice mode for this, though. Feels like I haven't played a platformer in a while, though, so I'm a bit rusty. 1 out of 25. So is this a roguelite, but it becomes harder? Nope, I'm not gonna die multiple times. Force the player to jump every 2 seconds. Add toggling lasers to a random floor each stage. Okay. So this is a roguelite, but you get to choose how to buff the gameplay. Added turret to the first floor. Oh, this just follows you. Cool. Add 5 required buttons to the level. Floor turns into lava every 10 seconds. I'll do the buttons. Can you fall out? Oh, you can. The one thing that I kind of wish this level could do is no. Actually, no. It doesn't need to slightly alter its design scheme. Keeping it same is fine, for what it's worth. But I do kind of wish that there were some sound effects to just make the experience just a bit more interesting. Especially for these added things like the fireballs and the lasers. So that there's a bit of a auditory indicator of what's incoming. Not to mention the lasers here. What if there was like something at the top and the bottom to just indicate that those are where it's gonna be? I think that would have been a little bit better, but that's just wishful thinking for me. What other buffs are there? Player icon will flash on and off. You know what? Sure. I can handle that. Oh, this is much more annoying than I thought it would be. No. Add more spikes to level. Flip level and controls every 8 seconds. And the fact that there is a live system before you have to reload the game, the level in its entirety, is... I want to say it's almost like BS gameplay, but like that's intentionally the point. It's supposed to give you a hard time. Bruh, you have to be on this edge right here. Ah, that's a really annoying jump. What else? Increase fireball speed. Add a lightning ball to the level. Sure, why not? I'm curious about that. Ah, it follows a predetermined arc. That doesn't make it too bad. Add a lens circle around the player. Oh, that just seems like... That lens circle is gonna screw people over massively. But something tells me that this level will force you to do so, because it seems like there's a bit of a limited option to just how much you can screw yourself over with this level. God damn, this is really annoying. Make the player slightly faster. Add a time. No, I'm not doing that. Make the player slightly faster. Sure. Might be to my benefit. What was I thinking? I'm just literally using practice mode and it's already irritating me. And I'm assuming that all of these buffs are randomized too, so... Oh, you gotta do this again. Okay. Darn it. And I missed it again. Cool. There we go. I did not know that it could shoot that direction. Okay. Heavily increase the icon off time. Okay, I don't want to do that. I think I really get the concept of this level. I'm just going to see if there's a video that shows me just how screwed it is during the final moments of gameplay. I'll do it off screen right now. Oh, that looks like hell to beat. That absolutely looks cooked. Wait, you have to click those buttons multiple times now? Crazy. No wonder this is an extreme demon. You have 3 lives to beat this level, otherwise you have to start all the way from the beginning. Let me see the last one. Floor 25. Spikes and platforms will flash on and off. Good God. I guess we'll finish it off with that request. No, we'll do a few more, but we're going to finish off rating that level with that. Alright, let's move on to the next one. I still think the level could be extended, or having short rooms. Maybe. This level is ridiculous. I think people are gonna hate this gameplay. But I'm pretty sure the creator knows that already. So the next number we get is 36. I think we're gonna do 2 more and then we're gonna end it off actually. Give me 1 second. Okay, let's do this one now. Impale by Celin, using icicles by F777. I don't like where that ground spike is located, but sure. Design scheme's interesting so far, but on the lackluster end. Surprisingly effective with these transparent blocks. But alternatively, I wish that there was an actual design other than that and a black base. Well, here's the actual design. And the 3D is wrong. Chat, when are we gonna start doing correct 3D? It's incorrect 3D in the big 2025 is frown. Hang on. I hate to be that type of person, but 2 things. Whenever you're making wave designs, I don't know if you can see my mouse cursor. Hang on. I don't know if you can see my mouse cursor, but please never do this. The way that it crosses over right here, I think that there might be some visual alterations to make it fit better, but please never do this. It looks really bad in my opinion. Well, not in my opinion. There's multiple other people who would probably agree with me that having these type of visual overlaps does not look great. So it would be nicer if that was done. You could just substitute that with just this block and then have a corner piece here. It would look cleaner that way. What the hell? Run it back. What is with that spike? I don't mind this finish all that much. It's a bit on the emptier side, but it's an okay finish. Design schemes were not all that bad, but I think that every single part has some refining to do in order to make it pop out a little bit better. For one, the 3D elements that were incorporated in some parts were done incorrectly. Alternatively, there were some texture usage that I think could have been done better or executed better. And then there were some parts that suffered from a sheer sense of emptiness, like that first part and the last part. So each part has like individual elements that could have been tweaked to be improved, to bring out the better aspects of the visuals of this level. in saying that it's not too bad. I think that this level has a baseline understanding of how to do gameplay and details. I just wish that it was more consistent with it. Give me 1 second to think of what I want to say. Please go to the bottom part of the forums. That's where people have been waiting for the longest. There's a reason why I do random, because I get hundreds of requests, which means that a lot of people will be waiting, not just those who have been waiting for a long time. Having random requests is what allows everyone to have a fair chance of being played. If I had to wait at the bottom of the request form, then that means there's no randomness. I just do first come, first serve, which means that there could be over 100 people waiting for the request, or I could receive up to 300 requests, and I'll only play the first 30 maximum for a standard 1 hour request stream, which means that there's 270 other levels that were waiting that would have to be discarded from the stream because they were waiting, they were too late. And maybe that might seem like a viable option for you guys, but for me, I think it's just unfair. I'm probably gonna send this for 8. I had some difficulty with the gameplay. I mean, I could do an ordered request stream if you guys want, but I can guarantee you that it will piss off a lot of people. But I can still totally do it if the majority wants it. I'm open for experimentation. The next one will be the last request, because that will be the 2-hour margin. Let's see, what's the last one that we get? It is 227. I've seen a lot of people ask me about doing the first 5 in order, and while I'm usually rigid with the first 3, maybe I'll consider it, especially if I'm going to be increasing the skip queue redemption amount. Maybe I could do first 5. But we'll have to see about that. Was this intentional? Give me 1 second. This is intentional. That's kind of strange to me, but... my AC is making this room very cold. I could get up to turn it off, but I'm too lazy to do that. Anyways, this level, I can't say I'm a big fan of. From the very beginning, I already thought it was really peculiar how you can barely see the player with this ball part. I was under the impression that this might be a gimmicky level where you can only see a minimal part of your game mode, and you have to adjust likewise, which I wouldn't have minded. I would have been open to ideas. But then when you reach the next part, you can see that the camera all of a sudden just snaps into focus, no easing whatsoever, and then it dawns on you just how empty this part is. Lack of a proper background, the block designs are just one flat color with some occasional glow to make it sort of fade in well alongside the background. And then that's about it. The next parts are not bad in terms of decoration, though it uses the black pretty prominently without any other additional details to accentuate it. The thing that kind of bothers me about those parts is that, again, it feels kind of empty, leans pretty emptily, and the usage of shaders kind of just feels shoehorned in for the sake of adding onto the level when it doesn't actually do that all that much. Instead, it just feels a bit odd, in my opinion. Overall, I think that this level was sadly on the underwhelming side, and I will not be sending. I apologize. Alright, that is 2 hours, so I think I'll end the stream here. I appreciate you guys for sticking for as long as you guys did. It's actually been a while, I think, since I've done a request stream that involved my voice, especially camera on, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I might do more of them, especially considering I'm not required to go to in-person school because my remaining course is asynchronous, but I will also be working more hours from here on, because, you know, capitalism, gotta make money, gotta live with money, etc, etc. So that would also cut into my time and availability, and I'll probably feel tired after all of that. So we'll have to see what becomes of the future. But I hope that I can be more consistent with these streams. I am streaming both on Twitch and YouTube, but the vision is that I transition slowly towards YouTube more, because, to be honest, Twitch isn't a very streamer-friendly place these days, and the changes that they've made, I've honestly disagreed with it a lot. Granted, YouTube still has its own struggles, but I think that there are more benefits to YouTube than there is to Twitch streaming. And I want to get into it more. The issue is that a lot of my I wouldn't say fan base, but a lot of my follower base is mainly on Twitch. So the transition to YouTube will be difficult, but I want to make that change towards going to YouTube because I think that the payoff of using YouTube would be much better than on Twitch. And also because it's an accessible platform for more people, because a lot of people have a Google account and they would be able to use YouTube by default. Not everyone will have access to Twitch. So I want to be considerate of that. Yes, there are going to be stream delay issues, which is a problem, but I also think that it will allow me to use the forum more, which is a more organized way of taking requests. But we'll have to see. Sometimes streaming on YouTube can be demotivating because there's not much attention that I get from my streams or videos. And I've always had problems with like the algorithm. But we have yet to see. I want to try and make a push for it. Anyways, I'm done with my monologue, so I guess I'll end the stream here.